to right in their home jerseys of burgundy, Monza in their away strip of all white from right to left. Interesting matchup, this one. Two managers who seemingly play very similar styles of football, certainly similar formations, the 3-4-2-1 being deployed by both Juric and Palladino. Torino look to make a fast start to the game. Nikola Vlasic fouled early on, man on loan from West Ham United. It's a big afternoon for that man in your picture, Armando Izzo, playing against his parent club. Lots of talk in the media about Monza wanting to make the transfer permanent. The reported fee is €4 million. 4 years he spent here at the Olimpico Grande with Torino. He's an important player for them, but fell out of favour with manager Ivan Juric. He's been ever present in the back line for Monza under Palladino this season. Palladino not on the touchline this afternoon for Monza. His assistant Federico Peluso, recently retired with Sassuolo, he'll be taking charge from the touchline. Saw a shot of him just before kick-off. Early scare for Spanish defender Pablo Mari. Does seem to be okay as we play on here. Vlasic onto Vojvoda, going to switch wings this afternoon. Vojvoda back to Vlasic. This is Ilic. To Rodriguez, Sanabria and Miranchuk, patiently awaiting the cross. Vojvoda, nice foot into the mixer. Sanabria, easy for Di Gregorio. Michele Di Gregorio, the Monza stopper, will be looking to bounce back. It was his error that led to Stefan El Shaarawy's goal in midweek at the U-Power Stadium. El Shaarawy giving Roma a one-goal lead before Luca Caldirola equalising things with a spectacular goal in the first half. Well, an early problem here for Federico Peluso and Monza. It's the home side Torino who come in. It's Monza's defender Pablo Mari who seems to have a big problem early doors here. Adriano Galliani looking on from the stands. Palladino would like to be down there on the touchline. Looking at the Monza bench, they do have two out-and-out centre-backs, Marlon and Valentin Antov. The Brazilian would probably be favourite to come on given his experience in Serie A, and the medical staff are indicating a change early on. Big blow to Monza. Pablo Mari will not be able to continue. Whether Monza will switch to a back four, Caldirola, Nizzo, Birindelli and Augusto making up a flat back four, perhaps put an extra body into the midfield, remains to be seen. Balotti out to Dani Motta. It's a early slip by Michele Di Gregorio, still feeling the nerves perhaps from that midweek game, and it's a gift of a corner to Torino. Monza, remember, are still down to 10 men. Not anymore, as the expected change. Marlon for Marie. Corner taken short, away by Pessina. Ricci all the way back to Vanja Milinkovic-Savic. Well, Monza fans will be hoping that that's not Pablo Mari out for the rest of the season. They're really looking to kick on Monza. It's been a great campaign for them. Remember, promoted from Serie B last season. Not many gave them a chance of salvation, of staying up in this division. But they've done it with 5 games to spare, and now they want to kick on and finish in the top half of the table. European placings probably just out of their reach. The likes of Roma, Fiorentina, Bologna, all a fair few points clear of the Brianzoli. Loose ball from Gigi. Buongiorno to get rid of it quickly. Rushing Dani Motta, putting Buongiorno under pressure. Buongiorno scoring his first goal last time out against Sampdoria. First ever goal in Serie A for the young defender. That 2-0 win, a win that really did condemn Sampdoria to the prospect of relegation. Not mathematically, of course, yet, but it's looking very grim for the Blu Cerchiati, foot of Serie A. Rodriguez, back heel. Vlasic forces a good save from Di Gregorio. Danger not over for Monza. Great block. The Monza goalkeeper reacted to that one in a flash. Kept it out early on. What an addition he's been to this Torino side, Nikola Vlasic. Out of favour under David Moyes at West Ham United. Such a talented player, we've seen that for so many years. Game time has been a problem for him. He's finally getting that under Ivan Juric here in Torino, and he's thriving. Sanabria, nice take. Well, we looked at the key battles before kick-off. Pablo Mari coming up against Tony Sanabria. Marlon will have to take over that duty. He's slotted into the centre of the 3 defenders, in the middle of Caldirola and Izzo. Header well won by Dani Motta. And Churia goes for a cheeky dink over Vanja Milinkovic-Savic, but he'd have to get that one extremely right, given the stature, the size of the Serbian goalkeeper. Quick thinking from Churia, who's a quick starter himself. All 5 of his Serie A goals this season have come in the first 21 minutes of games. Does tend to catch teams out cold. He almost did there. Great flick on from Dani Motta in the build-up to that chance. Gigi. It's a pointing ball. Sanabria wanted better. How well has Sanabria done replacing Andre Bellotti, who moved on to pastures new after so many years at the club? At the beginning of the season, Sanabria stepped in, took over the number 9 jersey, and really has had a productive campaign. 10 goals already this season for the Paraguayan. But he gives them so much more than just the goals, the link-up play. Leads the line solo so well, allowing extra bodies in the centre, those like Vlasic and Ricci. Ivan Ivan Ilic. There's been another man brought in the January transfer window. He was signed from Hellas Verona. High praise given by manager Ivan Juric in the build-up to this game. This was the Vlasic chance. Desperate lunge from Armando Izzo. Great block there by Pessina, captain's block right on the edge of the box. And that is a smart save from Di Gregorio.
Galozzi towards Dani Motta. This is Carlos Augusto. Scored in Monza's last away game at Spezia 9 days ago. Late goal coming in the 94th minute, which killed off the Aquiloti, ensuring a 2-0 win for Monza. A win that put them into the top half of the table for the first time this season. And now they're there, they want to stay there. They come into this game 10th, just ahead of Torino in the league. Work from Izzo. A man who I'm sure enjoyed the festivities down in Napoli on Thursday. Napoli born and bred, Armando Izzo. He makes no secret of the fact that he is still a Napoli fan. Wonderful to have Napoli champions of Italy once again from a neutral perspective. First time in 33 years, how long those down in Naples have had to wait. I'm sure the party will be continuing well into this weekend. Pessina, now Dani Motta, miscontrol there. Gigi onto it in a flash. Sanabria. He's it off to Lazzaro. Vlasic coming deep. Vojvoda. Patient play this from Torino. Ball gifted back to Monza. Machin, who assisted that Carlos Augusto goal. Awkward back pass towards Vanja Milinkovic-Savic, who can't take it with his hands. It came off the knee of Vojvoda. Caldirola had to make the defensive header. Medianchuk was lurking behind. Lazzaro onto Medianchuk. Met by Carlos Augusto. Dani Motta putting Buongiorno under pressure.
Italian defender does well. Ilic. To Vlasic. Ilic. Now Miranchuk, space opening up. Forced clearance. Dani Motta's gifted the ball straight back to Ilic. Now Lazzaro. Looking to take on his man. Lazzaro with the step-overs. Good play from the Austrian. Corner kick to Torino. 16 minutes played here at the Olimpico Grande Torino. Still 0-0. Nikola Vlasic coming closest, forcing a good save from Di Gregorio. No real Monza chances. Patrick Churia had that half chance. Tried to lob Milinkovic-Savic, but the home side in the ascendancy at the moment in terms of possession, control of the ball. Wrestling match going on between Marlon and Gigi. Flicked away by Motta. And again by Pessina. Ball did seem to cross the line. Referee says play on. Eventually the correct decision has been made. Referee Zuferli managing his third game as a Serie A referee. Still a fairly inexperienced official. He's officiated in the lower leagues of Italian football, but finally getting a crack at the big time in Serie A. Pessina, intercepted by Ricci. Still going the ex-Empoli man, that's a foul. And a free kick. An interesting position this for Torino. Plenty of players capable of delivering well with the left foot, the likes of Ilic and Rodriguez. They favour an in-swinger with the right. Second foul of the game conceded by Armando Izzo. Players asking referee Zuferli to have a look at the movement of Marlon as the ball comes in from Ilic. Attacking foul in the process. Just some pushing and shoving going on there. Saw the man fouled by Kofi Gigi. Not too much in that. I think Ito's gotten away with one there. Lazzaro feeling his ankle there, perhaps another injury early on in this game. Remember, Monza lost Pablo Mari in the first 5 minutes for an injury to his groin. It's an awkward landing for Lazzaro. Not too many options on the bench in terms of wide men. They're very well covered in the centre of the park at Torino. The likes of Wilfried Sango, who's suspended today, and Ola Aina injured. Torino fans will be hoping that Lazzaro will be able to continue. He has stood up. He does seem okay for the moment. Still moving fairly gingerly though, Lazzaro. Ball forward to Dani Motta. Expertly defended there by Ricardo Rodriguez. Ilic, quick pass into the feet of Sanabria. This is Miranchuk. Voivoda, Lazzaro, Miranchuk, space opening up, he goes with the left and punched away by Di Gregorio. Second save that the Monza stopper has had to make in the game. Torino's patient play nearly paying off. Alexei Miranchuk, the curling effort. Vlasic, was that a handball? The referee does eventually give the decision against the Croatian. Well, we mentioned his lack of game time at club level earlier on in the match, but also for the national team, he's very unlucky to be born into the same era. So many talents, the likes of Luka Modric, Mateo Kovacic, Marcelo Brozovic still plying his trade with Inter here in Serie A. Ivan Rakitic, the ex-Barcelona and Sevilla centre midfielder. Coming into this game, Monza boasted the 6th highest average possession in Serie A. They haven't had it all their own way early doors here, albeit Raffaele Palladino did make a few changes to the lineup, the likes of Rovella Caprari dropping to the bench. That certainly impacted the team. Losing Pablo Mari as well early on was damaging for them. But Torino enjoying the bulk of possession. Focus and concentration needed from both of these two sets of players. Clearly both teams safe, will not be relegated this season. And as we said, probably a little bit of too much of a stretch, I should say, to qualify for the European places. So it is all about retaining concentration and getting high up the league. A top 10 finish for Monza after being recently promoted would be a phenomenal achievement. Nice touch by Sanabria, takes it away from Caldirola, but also away from himself in the process. Ivan Juric in the week was speaking to the media. He was highlighting the problem, and I think it's quite apparent all Torino fans are on the same page. It's the inconsistency that's killed them this season. They've had some great results, wins against champions Milan, and up until earlier on today, second place Lazio, but it's these defeats, the likes of Sassuolo coming here to the Olimpico Grande and beating Torino. They lost to Spezia, who are 18th in the league as well. It's those defeats that have really damaged what could have been a special season for them. Seems a long time ago now that Torino qualified for the Europa League. Ciuria looking to burst forward. Patrick Ciuria on his left. First save of the match for Milinkovic-Savic. It's that man again, Patrick Ciuria. He's been in scintillating form. Always dangerous when he gets going, deceptively quick. Monza's number 84. Ricci dwindling on the ball, and now Monza have a chance to break. Dani Motta, Palozzi up with him. Motta decides to go back to his captain Pessina. Give and go with Machin. Space opening up here for Pessina. Ricci, strong defending from the ex-Empoli man, and eventually Torino are able to clear their lines. Just going back to that Torino side under Giampiero Ventura, finished 7th in Serie A, qualifying for the Europa League. What a team of stars likes of Angelo Bonner, Camille Glick at the back. Ciro Immobile, Alessio Cerci in attack. Now Torino fans would like to go back to those glory days. Vlasic. Straight into the path of Caldirola. Motta onto Carlos Augusto. Gigi claiming he got the ball first. We'll get another look at it at the replay. The referee's given a free kick to Monza. I have to say, from my first viewing, I did think that the Ivorian got some of the ball. From that camera angle, it looks like he gets all of the ball. Questionable decision there from referee Zufferli. Perhaps he came through the back of Carlos Augusto before making contact of the ball. That might be the infringement. Anywho, it's a free kick to Monza on the near touchline. Machin has come over to take it. He's left it for Churia. Nice bend on the ball from Churia. This is Pessina. Torino defending deep. Ball hoisted in to the mixer, but it's too long for all those in white. 27 minutes on the clock. Too many chances to tell you about. Still 0-0 here between Torino and Monza. This is the Churia chance moments ago. Torino have come up with two good chances. Miranchuk and Vlasic testing Michele Di Gregorio in the Monza goal. Still goalless. Lovely first-time ball to find Churia. Churia taking on Rodriguez. Great battle. Churia goes for goal. A great one-handed save from Vanja Milinkovic-Savic. He had two options in the centre. Churia, but he went for it alone. He was probably going off target, but Milinkovic-Savic didn't know. He had to make sure. Stretching out wide to his right, the big Serbian. It's been a feature of Monza's play under Raffaele Palladino. Quick ball into the centre, a flick on to one of the on-rushing attackers. Nearly paid dividends there. Churia. It's an outswinger. Cleared away by Lazzaro. This is Voivoda for Torino. Not too much urgency in the play of the Granata. They're more than happy to keep possession of the ball as Ricci finds Buongiorno. This is Miranchuk. Lazzaro, 1-2 with Sanabria. Lazzaro finds Ricci. Torino wants a penalty. First time in the match that the referees had to make a big decision, let's say. He's given it the way of Monza. He hasn't blown for the foul. We'll have another look at it shortly when the attack is over. Voivoda. Torino might get another crack here. Vlasic taking on Izzo. Always wanting to come back onto his right foot. He's trying to cross with the left. Took a deflection. Out for a corner. Let's have another look at this. Potential foul on Samuele Ricci. First thing is that the contact seems to take place outside of the box. The initial contact there, that was certainly outside the box. Torino owner Urbano Cairo up off his seat in excitement. Torino corner from the near side. Buongiorno this time is claiming a foul. Referee's indicated for a throw-in. Torino getting closer. Half an hour gone. That's a risky challenge to make from Armando Izzo. He's got his arms all over Alessandro Buongiorno. Not sure if it's enough to warrant a penalty kick, but it's certainly a lazy challenge from the man who coincidentally is on loan from Torino this season. Pirindelli gets us back underway. It's a foul on Belotti. Torino fans still in great voice as their side are attacking once again. Miranchuk out to Lazzaro. Decent ball in towards Sanabria. Away by Izzo. Pirindelli eventually does win the foul. Great service from the right-hand side from Lazzaro. The Spanish defender in your picture was taken off in the first 5 minutes through injury. Looked to be a groin problem. That's yet to be confirmed. Good news is that he's back on the bench. If it was anything serious, he'd been taken to hospital. He's back on the bench down there with his teammates, so good signs for Monza fans. Torino so patient in possession. Been a couple of chances in the game where they've refused to attempt the counter-attack. In fact, Torino are the only team to have not scored a goal in Serie A this season from a direct counter-attack. It shows you the patience that they have when attacking, the precision that they make, the passes, I should say. Meticulously organised under Ivan Juric, and you can see that in Torino's play. Sometimes not the most explosive. They're wearing down their opposition this afternoon, dominating the ball. Lazzaro. Voivoda's come all the way across. Lazzaro once again. 2 over for the Austrian. This is Ilic. To Ricardo Rodriguez. There's 6 red shirts in the centre for Torino. Ricardo Rodriguez, how's the service? It's good towards Sanabria. Away by Marlon. Talking about how Torino often choose against the counter-attack. Monza are completely the opposite. Likes of Danny Motta and Patrick Ciuria attempting to counter-attack as much as possible as the ball is played through, but Di Gregorio comes to claim. Lazy ball. Messina's giving it away, but he manages to get it back. Di Gregorio not taking any chances. Pirindelli. Forward to Belotti. Tussling with Buongiorno. Vlasic. Now Ricci. Out to Miranchuk. Torino speeding things up a little bit. This is Tony Sanabria. He's got space, the Paraguayan. Voivoda into the area. Voivoda. Did that strike the arm? Voivoda! And on the follow-up is Miranchuk. The flag's up on the near side. Offside call on Miranchuk. But Torino wants a goal here. There's a possible handball in the lead-up. Sanabria controlling it with his chest, what looked like the shoulder. He lays it off to Voivoda. This here on Birindelli. Does this strike the arm of Birindelli? That's what the Torino players are asking the referee. After 35 minutes of a pretty tame affair, it's all exploded into life in the last two. Miranchuk had the ball in the net. Monza wanted a handball on Sanabria. Torino wanted a handball on Birindelli. Video assistant referee contacting the on-field referee as we speak. Let's have a look here. Is this a handball from Tony Sanabria? There, that does look to strike the top of his arm. He's used the arm to control the ball. I would be very surprised if this goal is given. Everyone inside this grand old stadium holding their breath. Huge moments in the last 10 minutes of the first half here at the Grande Torino. Well, whatever happens, I'm sure both coaches will be talking about this incident after the game. The referee has decided to go and have a look at it on the pitch side monitor. And that tells us that Sanabria almost certainly did control the ball with his arm. That's the shot there that shows you. Now, is that shoulder or is it arm? Well, the on-field referee Zuferli has seen enough, and the goal has been disallowed for a handball on Tony Sanabria. Took a rather long time to come to a decision. It seemed to be a pretty clear one. Play about to commence. We're in the 40th minute. Remember, Torino still drawing with Monza 0-0. Miranchuk had the ball in the net moments ago, but it was chalked off for an attacking handball on Antonio Sanabria. So still, as we were, 0-0. Torino enjoying the bulk of possession. Monza looking to catch them on the break. Dani Motta, the Portuguese, is down clutching his nose. Heavy looking challenge. Rodriguez and Motta coming face to face there in more ways than one. Rodriguez. Carlos Augusto ushering his fellow defenders to get the ball forward quicker. Izzo. Pirindelli back to Machin. Pirindelli once more. Now Ciuria. It's a loose ball forward by Jose Machin. Valotti in space. Now then, a late chance in the first half for Monza to edge in front. Haven't managed to carve out too many chances. Patrick Ciuria going closest. Used to seeing Monza involved in a game that has a scoreline of 0-0. In fact, they're one of 4 teams to have not drawn any of their first 30 Serie A games by that scoreline, 0-0. Certainly providing lots of entertainment for the neutrals this season, Monza. Lazzaro. This is Miranchuk. Vlasic. Vojvoda on the outside. Miranchuk unmarked on the edge of the box. Vojvoda! Vojvoda! Di Gregorio to the rescue once again for Monza. Vojvoda is in the mood this afternoon, cutting in on his right foot. An angled drive into the corner, met by Di Gregorio. Torino have carved out so many opportunities in this first half. They haven't taken any of them. It's their 4th corner of the game. Taken by Lazzaro, in swinger, away by Carlos Augusto. Secondly by Dani Motta. Lazzaro has stayed on the left touchline. Vlasic. Miranchuk, give and go. Meeting in Italy's Premier Division. First one was on the opening day of the season, all the way back in August 2022. Torino won that by a scoreline of 2-1. Sanabria, Miranchuk on the scoreline. On the score sheet, I should say. Dani Motta netting for Monza. Late consolation, that one was. It was a terrible start to the season from Monza, if you remember. Giovanni Stroppa was relieved of his duties after 8 games, and in came Raffaele Palladino, who's turned things around significantly. Carlos Augusto gets the first yellow card of the game. There's been no looking back for Monza since Palladino's come in. Only 5 managers in the league have a better points per match ratio than Palladino. So it shows you the incredible job he's done with the Brianzoli. Got a tough test on their hands in this match, though. They're being outwitted by Torino. Enjoying large spells with the ball. Lazzaro, great feet. Lazzaro wins another corner. Nervy times for Monza. 20 seconds to go in the final embers of this first half. Ilic has come over to take this corner with the left. 5 Torino shirts to aim for. Repelled at the front post by Dani Motta. 5 minutes of time added on. The injury to Pablo Mari. Miranchuk sacking the ball. It was Buongiorno looking for his 2nd goal in a matter of days. He's got the bug for it, it seems. Miranchuk, delightful ball in on a plate. Attacking the ball all wrong there, Alessandro Buongiorno. Carlos Augusto. Valotti. Seen too much of Monza's number 10 in this match. Remember, back in the side for the first time since that away draw with Udinese a month ago. I'm sure if the scoreline stays the same, we'll be seeing Gianluca Caprari, his introduction in the second half. It's been a revelation for the Brianzoli this season. Savic, only as far as Pessina. Dani Motta. Carlos Augusto. Still going, Carlos Augusto. Moved clear by Rodriguez. Chance for Torino to break. Milanchuk instead goes back. Once again an example of Torino not wanting to start that counter-attack. Ricci. Space opening up here for the youngster, taking on Caldirola. Ricci, now Lazzaro, decent ball in. Lazzaro towards Voivoda, eventually claimed by Di Gregorio. Well, we're into the 3rd minute of the 5 allocated at the end of the first half. Still 0-0 between Torino and Monza. Both sides have had chances, but Torino really dominating possession of the ball. They'll be the happier of the two sides. Great chance this, remember, for both of these two sides to consolidate a top 10 place. Dani Motta. To Machin. This is Birindelli. Taking on Voivoda. Birindelli. First time in the match that we've seen him attack down that right-hand side. It's been a very reserved performance from the Monza number 19. Ricci. Machin clattering into Samuele Ricci. Not sure Monza midfielder can have too many complaints about that. Clear foul. Time for one of these two teams to carve out one last opportunity. It's a very flexible front three, named by Raffaele Palladino. Valotti we expected to start on the left with Dani Motta playing through the centre, Churi on the right, cutting in on his favoured left foot. Ricci.